You can fail once, but you have a choice whether you put yourself in that position or not again. That is what Bukayo Saka had to say after bearing his penalty for England, scoring that brilliant goal. And I can speak for all Arsenal fans when I say we are immensely happy for him, immensely proud of him as well. And it was so great to see him have that massive moment in an England shirt. We all know the horrible, vile, racist abuse that he got after Euro 2021. We know the response to Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Bukayo Saka after a really difficult penalty shootout defeat to Italy. And his response, his mentality to put himself in that position again, his willingness to shoulder responsibility. This is nothing new to us. We've seen this in an Arsenal shirt many times. And in this video where I'm going to break down Bukayo Saka a little bit, yes, I'm going to talk about stats, yes, I'm going to talk about the player a little bit, but so much what I want to talk about is up here. And there are legends of the game that have talked about his mentality as well, and you see it every single day that this is a player who, yes, is talented, yes, is doing great things on the numbers front, but there's a mentality and a maturity to him that is beyond his years. In fact, I don't know if even, players at the age of 30 get to the maturity and carry themselves the way that Bukayo Saka does, and it makes him such a special footballer. Talent is one thing, but my word, he is absolutely pushing himself, and he's going to go to the top because he's got the absolute mentality to do it. I absolutely believe in him. Let's go back to that quote a little bit more. This is what he said after scoring that penalty for England at Euro 2024 against Switzerland. He said that, for me, it's something I embrace. You can fail once, but you have a choice whether you put yourself in that position or not again. I'm a guy who's going to put himself in that position. I believed in myself, and when I saw the ball hit the net, I was a very happy man. We were all super happy for you as well. His penalty success rate since Euro 2021 has been brilliant as well, because after that terrible moment that happened with England, he stepped up, took 2 out of 2 in the 21-22 season for Arsenal. Actually took a while to get that first one as well. It came late in the season. Arsenal's 2 penalties. He scored 2 out of 3 the season after that, and 6 out of 6 the season after that. That was his last campaign gone, scoring all 6 goals in the Premier League from the spot for Arsenal. Really impressive numbers, proving to everyone, as he always does, you all think I can't do this? Let me show you I can. Because when it was a question of, is he a right winger that can start for England? Is he a right winger that can get goals in the Premier League? Is he a starting player for Arsenal? Every time he's gone, yes, I am. Oh, you're wondering about the penalty thing? Let me prove to you I can absolutely do it. And again, for England, he stepped up along with Cole Palmer, Ivan Toney, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Jude Bellingham, and they all buried 5 brilliant penalties, and it was great to see Saka being a part of that as well. Also worth saying that with his brilliant penalty record, he has scored all 6 against the Big 6, pressurised penalties against Liverpool to get a winner in a 3-2 win, in a head-to-head title clash with Man City, North London derby, away at the Bridge to keep us in the race for top 4. He has scored pressurised penalties against the Big 6, and again for England the other day. Great to see, accompanying that brilliant moment, individual moment where England was struggling. Southgate needed some magic like he got from Bellingham the other day, and Saka went, give me the ball, let me dart inside. Declan Rice gave him the ball, may I say, forward pass, Paul Scholes, and there was Bukayo Saka driving inside and finding the far corner in what was again a brilliant individual moment for him and for England. It was so great to see. Now, if you want to know about Bukayo Saka and his stats in a bit more detail, I did a video 4 months ago titled Saka's numbers are better than you think, because they really are extraordinary. I compared him to Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, Mo Salah, Gareth Bale, Sadio Mane, Alexis Sanchez, players that have played on the wing in the Premier League in the modern era and have been high output players. His numbers are still competitive with theirs. Go ahead and have a watch of that video if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about why his numbers are so impressive. But of course, this is a breakdown, so we will touch on his numbers a little bit. Let's just look at what he's done in an Arsenal shirt so far. 226 games, 58 goals, 53 assists, 47 Premier League goals, and he ranks 11th for Premier League goals for Arsenal of all time. That is really impressive. Now, before I go into that a little bit more and show you who he ranks up with and sort of, who he's better than, who he's catching up in that list of players, let me tell you a little bit more about Surfshark. Now, we're well into the summer, people. It's July. You may be going away, you may not be, but whatever you're doing, make sure you have Surfshark by your side, because Surfshark allows you to surf the internet safely and securely. Simply go on the app and select a location of your choice to access the web from. This opens a world of content that may not be available where you are. And this is the summer to do it, everyone. Right here in my living room, I can't honestly do any work, record this video without having Wimbledon on in the background. I love my sport, and I know that even if you don't love tennis, everyone watches Wimbledon, but the point is, wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I'm able to keep up to date with it all via Surfshark. That's the same with the Euros. It's the summer of sport. You've just had Silverstone on as well. We've got the Olympics. Wherever you're going, you don't want to miss out, and Surfshark's the way to do it because it gives you access to content around the world. So if you're going away, simply set the VPN on Surfshark, location to the UK, to England, and there you are able to access the content from there. But let me make this point very clear as well. You don't just have to go away to get the benefits of Surfshark. If you want to open a wider content pool, if you want to, have access to shows that aren't on Netflix in the UK or whatever it might be, you can access them via Surfshark as well. You can use code JamesB for an extra 4 months free, and there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's a no-brainer. Go give it a go. Surfshark honestly opens a world of content right, at the click of a button. Go and check out the amazing Surfshark. Now, I touched on that list of players that Bukayo Saka ranks 11th in. Let me show you it here, because of course Thierry Henry is at the top of that with 175 goals. Ian Wright up there, Robin van Persie, Bergkamp, some big names, but as you can see, Bukayo Saka there on 47, scoring his first goal on the 4th of July. And the most recent one on the 4th of May. He is catching up. He'll catch up with Alexis Sanchez by next season. Actually, probably should. He'll catch up with Alexander Lacazette. Could easily catch up with Alexis Sanchez and Robert Pires by the end of next season. Couple more seasons, and I honestly reckon he's knocking on the door of that top 5. It's really, really impressive what Bukayo Saka is doing in an Arsenal shirt. And it's worth saying that his trajectory is only upwards. He's only scoring more and more Premier League goals with every season that passes. If we just show you here, of course, he only got the 1 goal and 5 assists in the 19-20 season, playing a lot of that season at left back, may we say. But as he transitioned to more of a winger, got more minutes, 5 goals, 3 assists, 11 goals, 14 goals, and then 16 goals. He's adding more goals every season. That's back-to-back 25 goal and assist campaigns in the Premier League, which is really impressive. In fact, more numbers on that later, because that is incredibly impressive. But as you can see, his last full campaign in all competitions, 20 goals, 14 assists. His mentality, his work rate is driving him towards better numbers every single time, and as you can see, they look incredibly impressive. 20 goals and 14 assists, 34 goals and assists in 47 games for Arsenal. The numbers are so good, and these are the kind of players that he was sort of sharing data with last season. As you can see, goals and assists, Sky Sports graphic, Saka's there with Watkins, Griezmann, Salah, Haaland, Bellingham, Kane, and Mbappe. Okay, he's not, got the 37 goals and assists like Mbappe, but my word, to just be in the data with these guys, to not be far off them, is incredibly impressive for Bukayo Saka when you think of everything he does in the team. More on that a little bit later. Now, I just said that he got 25 goals and assists in back-to-back campaigns. If I just show you this, according to StatMuse, this is where his numbers rank, in terms of goals and assists for players 21 or younger in the Premier League. And as you can see, back-to-back campaigns at the age of 20 and the age of 21, where he's hit 25 goals and assists. Look at the names there. Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, Andrew Cole, Chris Sutton, Leroy Sané, Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney. That is, by the way, fair play to Cole Palmer up there. But those are really, really incredible numbers from Bukayo Saka to do in back-to-back seasons as well. Fair play to him. He's doing this all while having exceptional work rate. And this all comes down to the mentality thing again. That willingness to do whatever the team needs to do. Did you see Fringling the other day, right? Yes, he got the goal and he got that big moment, but he played that game as a right wing back, and then he got shoved over to the left again in the second game in a row, and he's the one charged about making the block to deny Switzerland getting that ball into the box. They might well have won the game from that moment when he was tracking back at left back essentially. Bukayo Saka will do whatever's asked of him. That's why I was defending Ian Wright. Let's not go into all that again, but people who were sort of saying, Bukayo Saka's not going to like that. He might not want to play left back, that's absolutely fine, but this is a player who will do whatever he has to do on the pitch, in game, whatever his manager asks, to get that team over the line, because he's selfless, and yes, he's a player that gets goals and assists, and yes, he's been the star boy and the main man for Arsenal for a while, but he doesn't carry himself with that arrogance. He puts the team first, and it makes him so special. It's all part of mentality. It's all up here as well. That work rate you could see in his numbers on FBref. I've brought this up on this channel a few times. Let me show you it one more time. His numbers are really, really impressive in terms of tackles, Dribblers tackled, dribblers challenged, passes blocked, interceptions, tackles and interceptions, clearances. The work rate is so impressive. Those defensive numbers are so impressive for a player who's playing on the right wing for a team that attacks a lot, has a lot of the ball, scores a lot of goals, is challenging for the title, and yet he's putting in those defensive numbers. Honestly, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant what Bukayo Saka is doing in an Arsenal shirt, on and off the ball, and now you're seeing it for England too. It's not just the moments, it's everything he does to help the team function. It's the reason why, whether we need a goal, whether we're holding on to a lead, Bukayo Saka stays on all the time. How many times have you seen, Bukayo Saka take up a position when Arsenal dropping deep in between White and Saliba? He's not a right centre-back, but he'll go there to track a run and ensure that everyone is doing what they've got to do out of possession. And yes, on the ball, he brings so much quality too. Now, his mentality, his work rate, all these things have been talked about by players that have done one or two things in the game. Let me read out some of these quotes to you. Jack Wilshere says, what amazes me about him is that he always makes the right decision. It's incredible. The right decision he's talking about. This is something about Bukayo Saka that's so underrated. There are lots of talented footballers out there who maybe throw a few more step overs or something in Bukayo Saka. But while Bukayo Saka has all the talent and flair as well, it's the decision making. So often he passes when he needs to pass. He knows when to hold off the defender, look after the ball with back to goal. He knows when to lay off a pass. He knows when to take a player on. His decision making is brilliant. Thierry Henry talking about his mentality and his brain in a different way, saying that I'm going to have to mention Bukayo Saka. Why? Because the way he came back from the Euros, missing that penalty, he's never looked back since. Arsene Wenger saying, I'm happy about his development and the fact he's still at Arsenal. I was told about him when I was still at the club. He was one of 2 or 3 guys who were coming through. I heard some very good things about him. I'm told he has a very good mentality. Again, mentioned there, mentality, his brain getting the credit it deserves. Cesc Fabregas saying he's a bit of a bluffer as he makes opponents think he's too nice. But when he's on the pitch, he's a different animal. He's having a fantastic season. I'm so happy for him. And I love this angle from Cesc Fabregas because Bukayo Saka is a very humble, down-to-earth, really likeable character who works incredibly hard, and I've given him all the credit for all that. But on the pitch, he's a killer too. He's there to win. He's there to do what he has to do to get that win, and he does it. He carries himself in such a great way doing it. I love this guy. I absolutely love this guy. Just to touch on a few final things and points I just want to mention. His willingness to put himself in tough positions. Incredible. How he handles adversity, getting fouled, refs maybe not protecting him, defenders trying to mark him out of the game, foul him out of the game, whatever it is, he constantly rises to it. He'll do whatever it takes for the team. He carries himself brilliantly, and his decision-making, use of the ball, makes him such an intelligent footballer as well. Yes, he's a talented player who gets goals and assists with both left and right foot. How many times did he hit the roof of the net with that right foot? Okay, we know he's got that in him. And we know that he can score goals from distance and he can make magic moments happen and he can show off his skill and his flair. But the way he's carried himself for the last 4 years, the mentality he has to step up to anything, I don't know. I think it's really special. I don't think all players have the mentality Bukayo Saka has. I think it's going to take him to the very top. One more time, go check out that video I told you about. This one, Saka's numbers are better than you think. The numbers still very relevant. Would love to know all your thoughts on Bukayo Saka in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you love Bukayo Saka, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Updates on Arsenal coming very, very frequently, almost every day. We'll see you very soon.